Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It is FOMC Day, Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. It should be a very volatile day. We're going to be very patient with our hedges and with our swings. I added on plenty of swings here. And so what we'll do is wait for this to play out. A lot of times the first move is the wrong move. So we'll see if that's the case this time, where we broke down from the triangle. But I'll show you an alternative of what happens if price goes up. It just means it was a three-wave correction with the triangle in the B wave. But we'll do that on the 65-minute. But what we're going to do is go on SPX here. Just show you again, reminder for all the new people that are joining, the new viewers. Thank you very much for your support. We're doing this intraday, by the way, about 2:35 Eastern Standard Time. The Fed meeting has begun at 12:30 or 2:30, excuse me. So we might see either a reversal or a continuation from this point. We'll have to see what price action gives us. So I want to do this video after the first reaction to see what's happening. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. If you want to get these videos intraday, it's 99 cents to become a YouTube supporter. You can receive those and you can join us in the Discord as well. So we have the 29 top, 2000 top, and we're working on the 24 top. I wouldn't be surprised if we rejected directly from this point, even though on the lower time frames we were showing a continuation triangle. So we're right on the confluence with the 29 trend line and rejecting off of this channel top as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go to SPY. SPY on the monthly, same thing. We have 2007 top. We don't have enough information to go back to the 29. 21 top, and we're rejecting off of that trend line as well. So again, I'm not surprised if we go directly down from here. I've been ready for this. VIX is really taking off. We got the VVIX moving up. And so with that said, they're starting to break out. I'm not going to put on any new calls or anything like that. At this point, we have a few hedges. We'll see if those work. If not, we'll let them die. That's what we put them out there for. So in the weekly time frame, just a different look, same thing, rejecting off of here. We're so far above the 8 EMA. We'll see how far this rejects. And we talked extensively about 2029, 2000, 2007, 2020, that this move could be pretty vicious. So I wouldn't, if we see this just relentless in the next few days to weeks, the possibilities are endless. But our first point here on the weekly time frame is clearly this possible trend line. There's only 2 touches, so I don't suspect it'll be very strong. But a much stronger support area would be this resistance here and this resistance as well, and added as support. So this is a very crucial area here at the 560. Okay. We are looking down towards there, even if we eke out a new high. So at this point, we have a throwover and we're rejecting here. Let's go down to let's look at the time price relationship. We do have something at 1229 on the weekly time frame. We'll see where price is when we come into the 29th. I think more appropriate. I think the 27th might be the Friday after Christmas. So we'll see coming into that where price is for a possible bounce or so. But I'd really, really like to focus into this beginning of February. We're not going to put trades out there yet. As we roll trades, we will roll them out to more extensive. But I think this is going to be important bottom, in my opinion. We'll see where we're at when we get into February. Let's go to the daily. On the daily time frame, we have this bearish rising wedge. We also have that 2000 top here. We're rejecting off of it, and the 8 EMA. We're starting to break down from the 20. So we'll see how good this holds. We only have 2 points on here. We're coming into the wedge bottom at this point. And, if you're new here, just to give you an example of what possibly could be going on at this point is we have the 2020 initial move that's 15% in literally 7 days or 6 trading days. In 2000, which I think this is more the representation, and I moved these out because I thought this would be the top. I thought we'd go one more time to the top, so I'll adjust these over and to that one here and to the top. So far, this is the top. I don't know if that's going to resolve that way, but we'll move them again if we have to. So if this is the top, we'll see. We had these trading days that kind of wasted time, and we didn't have that in some of these other examples. So we might have to add on days there, but this is just a rhyme of what could happen. And 14% move in 2000 in the initial move, and then we had a massive. This just represents that, a massive wedge or bear flag that took 140 days to play out. So this makes it all the way down to 525. That's an insane move, right? Can we do that? Well, maybe price accelerates if and when we start to break down from this wedge here. If we hold the wedge, maybe this is a 3-wave move and we head higher. The way we have it counted invalidates our count because we're crossing over this high here. And so the way we were counting this does not represent that exact move. So this move could have easily been a 5-wave count, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, where this was the wave 3 and this was the wave 5 if we continue to break down. So all right, I told you, Elliott wave is speculation, so we're really keeping that in mind. Whole point, the traditional, we're breaking down from the wedge top here. So here's our formation of what we're looking at, ending diagonal. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're all 3-wave moves. And this is possibly complete at this point. We'll see if we have any more move to the upside. NVDA is bouncing, and I have a video on, we did an individual analysis on NVIDIA and also on Tesla. So we'll see. Tesla's starting to play out a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. So the first move again to the 562, you see this is a very good area. That's our previous 162% retracement from this correction here. And going into time and price, it's possible that top was in where that price was. So we'll just continue to monitor this. We have another time and price coming into the 19th here. So if we do end up breaking back up and gapping up tomorrow or something, and we still have a relationship here tomorrow, and it doesn't have to be exactly on that day, so it could be considered today. We have time and price going into on the 65-minute too. So again, I was just representing a move here. If the top is here, then possibly all the way down to the 520. I mean, it's still possible. You'll see if we gap down tomorrow, this could be a relentless play. Can't take that out of the books. Let's go to the 65. Well, let's stay on the daily and do the Qs. Sorry, a little bit under the weather here. So here's a representation of the Qs. We have that wedge. We had a throw over from the wedge, and we're testing the 8 EMA at this point. So if this starts to break down, then we're looking for a quicker move down to the bottom of the wedge will be our first in the lower time frame. But ultimately, this wedge is going to break down, and we'll be looking for the next wedge. We should have a pause here, but this should be a good, where the 200 moving average in this wedge bottom, that should be a good confluence of wherever in time we get there. Should be a good spot to at least see a reaction off of. IWM. IWM is really leading us to the downside. I thought we might get a bounce off of there, so we put on some lotto plays just for a quick, if price were to just accelerate to the upside to get new highs. They're 9 cents a piece, so those are dead, but that's fine. That's why we put them there. This is leading right now, and I'll show you why. Because I think this, at this point, we can almost consider this. Can't really see that. We can consider this almost a breakout. So we do have a high right here with a fake break, but we're breaking out of this downtrend line at this point. And even if I moved it up to there, then we're testing the high right there. So if this breaks out, the huge moves in the bonds, no matter if I'm right or wrong, huge moves are going to affect the market. And with this breaking out to the upside, it shows that, the small caps are going to lead, sell the small caps, buy tech. So tech will be relatively stronger. It doesn't mean that the market needs to go up from tech. It just means that they'll be relatively stronger there. So our main play will be the small caps, and I'm on the wrong side of that. If we were to short I'm not shorting small caps right now. I was expecting a move down from this point. So if we see a reversal here, maybe a wick or something like that, then this will be in play where tech should take over at that point. But theoretically, bonds moving up, nobody's liking it, inflation, and the Fed is cutting. So yeah, we'll just continue to see what happens here. Maybe small caps lead us down for a long time. Not really worried about it as long as the market's going down. So let's go to SMH. So SMH, where's the daily here? Trend is our friend. So SMH was just a little bit stronger than NVDA, and we'll take a quick look at that on the daily time frame. But we're getting into the confluence, but they're moving sideways. So this is all moving sideways. So the price you see is coming, slicing in and out of these moves here. And we made a slight new high here. I think this is an ABC correction. And I think this was a leading diagonal. I think this is one move. Now you can count on 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's fine. Doesn't change anything for me. But we had this slight move here today, and we're rejecting off of it. I think this ABC is complete here, and price continues to move down from this point. And so that should represent very similar to NVIDIA. And again, if you want the full video, you can become an individual analysis member. But I took a trade on this one. I wanted it to go up to the 140, but we're rejecting off of that 8 EMA, and that's much more bearish because that's a trending indicator. And so price got above there once, but now it's just trending with it. And so this could be a pretty harsh move at this point. So we're going to take it, and we showed the targets and things like that already. So here we are. Here we go. I don't want to miss anything, but this is super important. This one right here, because we're breaking out from the 200 moving average, and we're starting to break out from this wedge here. So this says it all. Price is moving down from this point. We'd really have to have a reversal here and get back under the 200 for me to say that we're going to get all-time highs again. And I'm looking to my right, and I see NVIDIA just is starting to really crank to the downside here. So we're going to let this ride, and I think we'll just roll out positions from this point. Let's go to 65 so I can get this video out to you. Let's look at the 65, and I think we're testing the lows right now, right here as we speak. And so the only way that this is going to play out as a three-wave move and head higher is if this was an A, this was a B inside where it's an A, B, C, D, E, and then we get a five-wave move down for an impulse wave to the downside, and then we start to hold this trend and then set up for another rally. So right here could be, I mean, technically it could be a good spot to hedge, but we'll see what happens off of this point. We are at a pretty good support here as well from the previous highs. All right. So the other way to look at this now, because the triangle broke down, is that this is a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup, and this is going to continue lower and play out those structures. So if we break down from here, you can bet your bottom dollar that this is going to continue to move pretty aggressively, and you'll have to let this play out to the downside. But if we hold this, and you can see where the 599 was a very good resistance, we wick back above it and hold it, then this all could be a false move, and then we have one more high to go. All right, so should consider some hedges just in case going into tomorrow. Let's go to QQQ. We've been waiting for this move though, so I'm not too worried about it. I might put something small on just for tomorrow expiration, but I'll show that in the Discord if I decide to do that. So let's just go to the traditional look here, and we'll just end it there. So yeah, see, this is breaking down from the wedge here. I think this is a good leading indicator of what's going on. So I'm probably not going to do anything. Just let this ride. All right. And I think our first test here will be down to the options expected move here, which coincides with the uptrend line from the wedge. And we'll see what happens from that point. But we broke down from here, and maybe we're just getting a reaction off of this consolidation area. So that's a sell signal to me. I don't see any hedges coming at this point. Let's see what happens after the meeting, and probably a gap down tomorrow is my guess. All right, let's get this video out. Thanks for joining here at OptionsTender. Have a wonderful day.